Welcome back. It's the Talkin' the Town podcast. He talking, she talking, we talking. And this week it's another episode of Talkin' the Town. Listen, I'm totally excited about this episode, man. I got one of my guys on here with me. We're going to sit up and chop it up. Some of you may know him as a pastor, some as a speaker, some as a mentor, some as a leader amongst leaders. But I'm privileged to have my guy, Unique Mackey, in the building with me, man.
Honored to be here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, man, I appreciate you taking time to come on the pod.
And listen, when Chills call, man, you got to answer, bro.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, listen, don't make me blush up here, you feel me? But no, you definitely got some big things going on, and you always have a lot of stuff going on. So I'm glad now I have a platform to where we can come in and chop it up about some stuff and have some candid conversations about, a lot of things that you're doing, because I've known you start from radio, and then we connected again once I started Focus. Absolutely. So, man, we've done some things together, man.
Been out here hustling for a minute, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, I still remember, I believe like one of the first times we met when you hosted Mayfest.
Yeah.
I think that was about like the first time.
Bro, you went back, bro.
Yeah. That's when it started like early in the morning.
Man.
And you were there at like 7 o'clock when the gospel portion started.
And it got so hot out there, bro.
Ooh, yeah.
That's all I remember was the heat.
Yeah. But it was like, man, once we connected, I'm like, yo, this is a cool dude right here, man. And then once I heard your story, I'm like, it's like every person I introduce you to, I'm like, yo, you gotta tell them your story. You gotta tell them your story. And I mean, it's just it's a testimony, man.
Absolutely.
So, for those who might not know, like where you come from in your story, if you could just share just a little bit of it with us.
Yeah, love to. Again, thanks, man, for the opportunity to share, man. So grew up south side of Atlanta, actually on Old National, College Park. My dad worked for Delta, so we stayed, 2-3 minutes from the airport. Growing up, my life really couldn't have been any better, man. My dad was a high-ranking exec for Delta, spoke 4 languages, graduated summa cum laude with a master's degree.
Really?
International communication, yeah. I always tell people who fly international, so it was my dad's job to help set those flights up, pick destinations or, whatever, just make sure that the international stuff was working, because again, he spoke 4 languages, so he would go over, set up trainings and make sure everything was flowing right. And my mom didn't have to work outside of the home, so growing up, playing ball, and my sister, dance, ballet, jazz, and
really?
Piano. Yeah, man. People joke with us and called us the Cosbys.
Really? See, I didn't know that part.
Oh, bro, we was up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Really? What were you into in school?
I was silly, man. Just a young kid. Basketball, of course.
Okay,
growing up, man, my favorite basketball player was Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, Zeke.
Yeah, love Zeke, man. Just having fun. My life was just easy, just being silly and having a good time. And, things started to shift because Mom started to get sick, and we didn't really know what was going on. Being young, you just go with the flow. But I knew things were changing when Mom went to the hospital, and Dad was like, look, y'all gonna have to go stay in Memphis for a few months while Mom gets better, because I can't take care of you all by myself, because of my corporate obligations. So that's when I knew, all right, something is really not right. So we went to Memphis for about 6 months, stayed down, got a call from Dad saying that they were coming in town, him and Mom, because Mom had got out the hospital.
Okay.
So, me and my sister was like, bet, we thinking we about to go back home.
Everything's gonna be normal.
Yeah. We were super excited. Mom and Dad came into town, and I remember him coming into the bedroom, and we were watching, at that time, I'm dating myself here, but we were watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not the new joint, you know what I'm saying?
Not the reboot.
Nah, the one with Will Smith, yeah. And so a commercial was on, so we was like, say what you got to say before the show got. And he had this serious look on his face, and he was like, nah, I need y'all to follow me into the bedroom. So we got up, long story short, followed Dad into the bedroom. Mom was already crying. I'm thinking they about to say they getting a divorce.
Right.
So Dad set me down on the bed, and I remember this like it was yesterday. He was like, Unique, Chantal, that's my little sister. It's like, your mother and I have an HIV virus, and there's no cure. So at 11, I didn't know what HIV was, but I certainly knew what no cure meant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shoot, man, me and my sister both just started bawling, man, like, what's going on? And I asked Dad, how do you get HIV? And this what crushed me. He said, I had an extramarital affair with another man, contracted HIV, and unknowingly gave it to your mom.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah, that things changed for me that day.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I went from A and B student to barely making it, angry, frustrated, aggravated. Like, my respect for men, like, literally went out the window. Not to change the subject, but
go ahead.
You mentioned me being a mentor, and that's where my love for these young men in the street come from. Cause the harder a young man is, that just shows you the level of love he needs. Mm-hmm. Like, you ain't hard, you just need a hug, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you just pipe down, man.
Right.
It's something going on, and if we can just be patient with them. So that was my story, man. And I was really angry with God because I'm like, you set me up. Like, if my life gonna be bad, just let me be born in the hood. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't take me.
Right. Don't tease me with this lifestyle.
Yeah. Don't take me to the mountaintop and then drop me to the valley. And you know what they teach you in Sunday school is that God will protect you and he'll never let anything bad happen to you. So I'm like, my little Sunday school theology got crushed.
Out the window.
So I was done.
And at this time you were how old?
So I was 11 when I found that out.
Okay.
So at the age of 13, Dad passed. 15, Mom passed. So, I mean, back then, Chills, you know this. I mean, people ain't know what HIV was.
Right, and I was going to ask, was this before like Magic came out?
This was before. I think Magic came out in like 94, 93, something like that.
Right.
But I remember where I was when Magic came out. I'm like, I've been dealing with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that it was new. They didn't have the medicine. I mean, you can live a normal life with HIV for the most part today. But back then, it was a death sentence.
Yeah.
So, things changed for me that day. Yeah.
So did you go into like survival mode at 15?
Bruh, straight survival mode, man. Just walking around with a mask on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my worst fear, this is crazy. My worst fear was going to school. You remember when they used to do the PA announcements? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The administrator coming on to do the announcements and saying, hey, y'all, stay away from Unique. You know his parents got AIDS. Wow. So, every day when I would walk into the class.
Your biggest fear is everybody finding out.
Biggest fear, everybody find out. And that's what I had to carry. You know,
and you were running from it.
As I got older, man, I still wouldn't tell people I lost my parents to AIDS. I would tell them cancer, because you say cancer, you get sympathy.
Right.
You see AIDS, you get judgment. You know, they even know, your dad, or somebody was, probably gay or, on drugs,
yep.
with the, and so I just was like, man, I just want to go about my life and hide. But, I always say that pain took me away from God, but pain brought me back to him.
All right, speak on.
You know what I'm saying? Because I started wilding out. I mean, I ended up graduating high school barely. Shout out to the East Side. I went to Redan 10th and 11th grade, Greater Atlanta and Lithonia. I graduated from, and so I went to Georgia Southern University, but ended up getting expelled. So I got caught with, I don't even remember how many guns it was on campus at this point. So I'm going up to Zaxby's about to, order my favorite wings and things combo. I don't know which one you like. I get the teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki.
Yeah,
that's
with the
my
Zax
joint
sauce.
right there.
Yeah. Extra Zax sauce. And so, I'm walking up to the door and I see an all black Ford Excursion coming through the drive-through. And, that's normal, but they weren't rolling down their window to place an order. And at this time, I made a whole lot of bad decisions in my life. And I just thought this was going to be my last day on the planet. So they hop out this excursion, guns drawn, and all I heard was Unique, get down. It was the ATF.
They calling you by name.
Oh, bro, that's bad, bro.
So
when the federal agency, with alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, know your first name.
Right.
So
and they pronounce it right,
bro. I was like, what is going on, bro? I'm like, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? So they threw me down, handcuffed my ankles, handcuffed my wrists, and like pretty much literally threw me in the back of that all black Ford Excursion. They took me to federal prison. Me and my boys was into some, messed up stuff.
Now, did that stuff kind of stem from the hurt?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, man. I mean, I was a good kid. I was just hurting, and when you don't care about your life, it's hard to care about others. Mm-hmm. And so I'm mad. Like I'm angry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like. It was just, I don't know if you follow the Avengers, but, Hulk said a dope line when, I can't remember what his regular name is before he transformed into Hulk. They asked him, like, how do you control your anger? He was like, I don't. I'm always angry. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he kept from becoming the Hulk. He just was always angry. So he wouldn't turn into Hulk until he just lost his mind. And so I just learned, like, how to handle it, but I was never really good.
Never settled, never calm.
That's why I had to stay high.
Yeah.
Stay drinking. Stay distracted,
Yep.
And those are the type of activities you get into when you don't want to address your trauma. That's why I'm big on therapy and counseling and mentorship. Like, you can't carry them burdens, man.
Yeah.
And so it really, especially as black men, we taught, don't cry.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Don't let nobody see you.
Man up.
And man up. And truth is, that is a man. It take more strength to address your hurt than to ignore it and to cover it up and hurt more people.
Right.
And dig yourself in a bigger hole. And so, man, it was through that case that I found Christ again. So I'm about to do 60 months in federal prison, right? Because I'm guilty.
Right.
It
ain't even no playing
bro,
around with it.
They was following me for 2 days.
And you had no idea.
Bro, they was good. I mean, they was just doing their job, so I wasn't mad at them.
Right.
Because the closest federal prison was in Savannah. So they picked me up at Georgia Southern. So I was in the car with these cats for, over an hour and a half.
Right.
So I'm like, man, y'all good, man. So I was like, where was y'all? So they laughing. They was like, yeah, we saw you went to get your hair cut, and then you was with this chick, and you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I was like, man, y'all good. Because I was looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you were probably already paranoid anyway.
They was good. So, we had a nice little laugh. I mean, I wasn't mad at them, And so I'm on video. My 2 homeboys turned co-defendants.
Wow.
So I was getting what they call a leadership role, which adds to your time. So check this out. I'm about to go get sentenced on Wednesday. When you in the feds, they have what is called a pretrial conference, where they bring your prosecuting agency in and the prosecuting attorney with your attorney, and they try and work out a deal. It's much of it is about money.
Okay.
So they don't really want to go to trial because that costs them.
Money, right?
So they like, okay, if we can just get you to cooperate, we'll work with you because you're going to save us some dollars and maybe you'll help us get some other folks locked up. So they asked me, they said, we need you to put a wire on and go through all the states where you were trafficking guns. And at this point, I had recommitted my life to Christ because I knew I wasn't living right. And I was like, man, God, I need your help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, what would God do? And I thought about it. This like the young folks say, this not cap. This is real. So I said, Jesus took the sins of the world on him. He wouldn't act as if he was innocent, knowing he was guilty and get somebody. He actually was innocent and took the guilt on.
Right.
So I said,
wow.
I said, nah, I can't do it. So they was hot.
Oh, they was easy. No McDonald's, no nothing.
Bro, they was so Chills, they was like the prosecuting attorney, her name was Sheila Arnold. So y'all can research all of this. So she was like, well, we're gonna throw you in jail then. So I was like, cool. I got up and left. So that was Friday. Sunday, I decided to go back to church. I go back to the church, Green Forest Baptist Church, Flat Shoals Road, east side of Atlanta, where me and my mom used to go to church before she died, sat in the same section we used to sit in to work, and went through the service, and I walk out, and I look down. This church is gigantic. You're talking about thousands of people. 3 services on a Sunday.
Ooh.
Guess who I see? The prosecuting attorney.
Stop it.
I ain't know if I should hit her, hug her, run.
Run.
Yeah. And she does this and waits for me to come down. She's like, tell me why you here. You didn't tell me you went to church. I was like, well, we really didn't get to that, did we?
Right.
And she kind of smirked or whatever. She's like, tell me your story. And I was like, basically, I'm a good kid. I'm just in a messed up situation. I end up sharing how I lost both my parents to AIDS at such a young age. She had just lost her dad to cancer, and she was in her 30s. She was like, Unique, I'm struggling in my 30s. I can't imagine how you handled that.
Wow.
This is what she said. She said, I'm gonna help you.
And she was the prosecutor.
She was it gets better. So I get in the car, and I'm speechless is an understatement.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost paralyzed. Cause I think I'm about to go to jail.
Right. You like, did they follow me to church?
Bro, I'm bro, my mind is all over the place, man. So I'm like, okay. So I get a call from my attorney the next day saying that she had dropped one of my charges. Let me explain to you how it worked real quick. So the feds operates on a point system. So it's not like state, where a state judge can sentence you how they want to sentence you. Feds is points. So they have a guideline
that they have to follow
based on the charges. So my best case scenario before she dropped my charge was about 32 or 36 months. Worst case was 60 months. So the judge had to sentence me just based on my character and how she really felt in those guidelines. Well, when Sheila dropped one of the charges, it went from best case scenario, 30 some odd months to probation for 5 years. Worst case scenario, prison 5 years. Okay?
Wow.
So that opened up probation. But what she did was almost illegal because as a prosecuting attorney, you don't take the charge off of the one who's getting the leadership role and put it on the co-defendant's docket, because the co-defendants can't be charged because they're cooperating. So it was almost like she threw the charge out. So we go to court. She gets up and defends me, tells the judge why I should not be in prison. Again, picture of the gospel. Jesus is our advocate. You in front of the judge, and because of your faith, he declares you innocent. So I'm like, judge gives me 60 months probation. It was so crazy that even when my attorney stood up to give after Sheila did her part, all he says, this was for $15,000, was I acquiesced to the argument of the prosecution and sat down.
That's it.
That's it.
One sentence. Easiest money he ever made.
So my attorney, Dwight Thomas, shout out to him, he a real good dude, was the same attorney T.I. had in his gun case. So when you hire an attorney, they give you a packet of cases similar to yours. So it's a good chance that T.I. hired my attorney because he had similar charges.
Based off of what?
Not knowing Dwight ain't,
he ain't do nothing.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's how I started mentoring kids to, fast forward to where I am today. So after court, court going wild, man. You know what I'm saying? My homeboys back there, you know what I'm saying? You beat the charge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's like, I need you to do something for me. There's a mentor program in Bowen Homes. Bowen Homes was off of Bankhead Highway, Zone 4, Atlanta. A.D. Williams was the school inside the project. She said, I want you to help kids who are hurting like you. I'm like, whatever.
Right,
Whatever you
want me to
I'll
do.
drive, you know what I'm saying? You need a chauffeur, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just changed my life. So we started mentoring kids, reading. 4 kids, I would go and I would read to them every day because they build prisons based on,
Your
reading
level,
levels.
yep.
So we figured if we could help these kids read, they'd be able to stay in school. If they could stay in school, they could stay out of prison. So that program grew to hundreds of kids, and it ended up being called Brother to Brother. We would get buses. Now I'm using my business acumen for good. We went and got sponsors, big luxury buses. We would pick these kids up from the project, take them to the same church I met Sheila at Green Forest that morning. So we were running the youth ministry, but it was the outreach ministry for the church, taking care of the hood, man. And that led to me writing my story about how God can turn pain into purpose. So that is what inspired me to stop telling people that I lost my parents to cancer, because I'm starting to see, God, you had a will for every wilderness you had me in.
Right.
I'm starting to see how God could use pain for purpose. So now I'm not ashamed anymore.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, you had all of this mapped out. Right. So now I'm reading scripture and I'm seeing it not just in the book, I'm seeing it in
your life. And that's where it connect for people. It got to be more than just what's in the book. When you can tie those two in together.
Absolutely. It wasn't just head anymore. It was heart and hands. It was real to me. Romans 8:28 wasn't just, God will work all things out for good for those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. It was God will work all things out for Unique's good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I could see myself in it. And so after writing the book, Chills, I started speaking, and this was all on accident. A local pastor in Augusta read my book. I felt God calling me into ministry. I had a business in Atlanta that was a marketing company in Atlanta that was doing pretty well at one point. Things shifted in the business, and I started making more money speaking than I was in the business. Got the call from Broadway Baptist Church,
okay.
Off Barton Chapel Road, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Shout out to Dr. Jonah, he's in the heavenlies now. Came in, started running, the Mackey Foundation. That was my 501c3. It's called Living in Purpose now, out of the Barton Village Community Center.
Okay.
In partnership with Broadway and their ministry. So I was the Chief Operating Officer of the South Augusta Community Development Corporation, while at the same time I was serving as youth pastor for Broadway. Did that for a little bit, ended up assistant pastor at Strong Tower Christian Fellowship under Anthony Holland, and felt the Lord calling me to plant a church. Wow. Stepped out, planted the church, and 8 years ago, and Chosen will be celebrating their 8th year anniversary in a few weeks.
Really?
Yeah,
8
man.
years.
8, bro. It's crazy, man.
Wow.
Crazy. Time fly, bro. You know that, man. When
absolutely.
You grind it,
8 years. That's dope.
Yeah,
and so many, especially, and I know it's because of your story. So many younger people connect with Chosen.
Yeah.
And I mean, getting, teens, young adults there on because you guys have service on Saturday evenings, right?
Yeah.
So getting them there on a Saturday evening, that's a victory in itself.
Chills, it's so crazy, man. It's wild at Chosen, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You walk in, it's like a whole different vibe. And I did that again. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought I'd be pastoring. And I was like, God, if you're going to make me do this, I don't want to be a part of what's happening now. Make me a leader of what's coming next. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm not having church on Sunday. I was like, there's already a bunch of great churches you can go to on Sunday. It's already too much competition in the kingdom. We over here fighting like these are people. These ain't your people. So I was like, I'm going to compliment the kingdom. Let's do it on Saturday night. Small city, Saturday night, people's laughing. That ain't going to work. If God called you to it, it'll work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been one of the fastest growing churches in Georgia for, the last few years, you know what I mean? So
wow.
It's a blessing.
So it's funny you bring that up because I always wonder if there was a deeper meaning behind you having service on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because, some people are like, well, the Sabbath is really on a Saturday.
Right.
And was it that or?
Nah, man.
Okay.
Jesus is our Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I don't get into the legalistic stuff. What you do in your ministry should come from your mission. Mm-hmm. So our mission is to gracefully guide people into their God-given purpose. We reach a lot of people who, maybe haven't ever been to church. We had 2 people there on Saturday who had never been to church. Never.
Ever.
And that's crazy in the South, ain't it?
It is, yeah.
Never. But the reason they feel comfortable coming to Chosen is they can tell it's just non-traditional. So if they want to try something, they'll often step into there because they feel like it's a place they'll be comfortable with. We've had young people come and say, I didn't even know it was a church. You know what I'm saying? I saw an ad and we try to advertise. I mean, obviously we respect Christ. We don't, we don't do nothing crazy or nothing like that. But we do, this as an excellent marketer, your message has to be tuned in for your target market. Yep. So, when you see a pastor dressed like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They like, I'm not even sure what this is.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it so we get a lot of people that just show up, not really sure what to expect.
But what you find is that they're more comfortable coming there.
Yes.
Because they feel less judged. And that's for, a lot of younger people and older people as well, going into a new church, feeling like you have to kind of blend in, you have to dress a certain type of way.
Yeah.
A lot of things I hear from some of my young mentees is, I don't have church clothes.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys remove that barrier and just say, come as you are.
And it's easy for people to believe that when you lead like that from the front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of churches, all the churches say that now, come as you are. But when you go there, you're not accepted as you are.
Yeah.
So the question is, can I come as I am and be accepted as I am? Now, obviously, we're going to push you to grow. We're going to challenge your integrity. We're going to push you out your comfort zone because, again, I lead with my story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not here because of a career. I'm here because of a calling. Don't think I'm a pastor. I'm a person with a calling who ended up being a pastor.
Right.
So don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I just fell in love with the Word of God. I fell in love with Jesus, and I have the ability to communicate, and God has trusted me with a stage. And he can do the same thing for you. It don't matter if you grew up in the church or not. It don't matter what your degree is. Do you have a heart for God and a heart for people?
Nice. And that's, I think a lot of people, they don't feel the love from the church.
That's right. Yeah.
When they think about church, they think about everything you can't do, being judged, not being able to do this, not being able to listen to that. And they don't feel the love that should supersede any of that.
I always say it's not really the church that hurts people, it's people that hurt people.
Yeah.
And every church, even Chosen, we not perfect, you know what I'm saying? That we have to stop blaming God's organism because of how people handle the organization. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The church is powerful, and you can't let the people in it keep you from the power of it. I don't see people complaining about going to work. And it's fake people there too.
Right,
you know what I'm
everywhere.
Like we make up all kind of excuses just to end up doing what we want. The truth is, you don't want to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? let's just be honest. You don't got nothing to do. Yeah. You went to your family reunion. How many times your uncle make you mad?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't want to go. So just say that and we can move on. But y'all chill. I told Chosen, I said, lying to somebody else is sin, lying to yourself is sick. Just if you're gonna be honest with anybody, be honest with yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So anyway, yeah.
Now you got to shout out Chosen, the address and the service time.
Oh, absolutely, man. We open the doors at 5:30. You know, music, free food and drinks, so people just kicking it, whatever.
Yeah.
Real laid back, and then 6 o'clock we start, and we end somewhere around 7:30, 7:45 ish. Just depending on what's going on, man.
Right.
And you know, I always tell people, make it a date night. Bring your boo, your bae. You know what I'm saying? You still got time to go do whatever you was gonna do after that.
Right.
We don't labor too long, but we have a ball, man. It's just fresh. Somebody we use it on our website because when somebody told me, I was like, man, can I use? They hit me in my DM. They was like, Unique, Chosen is like a breath of fresh air. I was like, that is so good. It's like when you walk in there, you like, yeah, like this is how it's supposed to be. Like you got people who are well dressed because that's how they flow. You got people in the ones and the J's because that's how they flow. You know, it's diverse. You know, not just in ethnicity, age, income. You know, it's just. I believe God breathed on it, you know, and our goal isn't to, you know, I want to have a quality ministry. You can be big and be broken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want, if God continues to grow us, great. If he wants us to stay the size that we are, fine. I just want to honor God and honor people.
Man, I love the mission. I love what y'all doing over there, man.
Yeah, man,
I love it.
It's God's grace.
And then you take the ministry outside the church walls, and now you have purpose fueled leadership.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about the concept. I was introduced to it at the Men's Unity breakfast, but tell me a little bit about that initiative.
Man, Chills. I haven't been this excited about anything since I planted the church. I'm serious. I believe that God is calling bold and unapologetic followers of Christ to step out their comfort zone and grow. If you look at how Jesus led, Jesus was a leader of leaders. And he would go from the synagogue to the streets, from the sanctuary to the streets. And so many times we telling people to come, but we need to go. So I said, if I want to take the top off the ministry, if I really want to reach people, because we learned in COVID that you could get shut down at any moment. I said, how would I do it? I want to lead leaders. I want people who are hungry, who know that God has more for them. Those that aren't ashamed. Like sometimes I feel like Christians, it's almost like we don't want nothing. It's like ambition is sin. Ambition and sin. Ambition that's not anchored to Christ is sin. Let's go get it. What are you building? Matthew 5 says that God, you are the light of the world. That's why I love what you doing, man. You pushing, you everywhere. We not a local light.
Right.
We the light of the world. And you need a stand so you can give light to everybody in the house. So what's a stand? A stand is leverage. If you put a light on the floor, it's gonna get blocked by objects. On a stand, it has more ability to reach. So what we're doing through Purpose Fueled Leader is we're helping people build their stand. Well, how do you do that? You do that by teaching them to be more faithful, to persevere. You do that by kingdom collaboration, right? You do that by giving them tools. And so what we're doing is we're launching a movement through what we call our Purpose Party, okay? So Purpose Party is a seed that is going to grow the movement. So we're making an announcement at the Purpose Party. The Purpose Party is for anybody that identifies as a leader, executive, or an entrepreneur that's spiritually hungry and wants to build their business, their family on biblical leadership principles and business, Bible and business strategies, right?
Okay.
So what we're going to do through this movement is we're going to bring kingdom leaders, executives, and entrepreneurs from all around the world to collaborate, to connect, to inspire one another. We're working on an app where we'll be able to stream events through the app, where we'll be able to upload content through the app, where we're going to be helping people with their social media and the marketing stuff, like really helping make sure that people are pushing their purpose forward, but doing it through the filter of Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've ever heard that concept before. Not the way that you put it, because I'll tell you this, a lot of times in business, people like to separate their spirituality from the business. How does that work together?
Bro, that is so good. You just hit the nail on the head. That is the reason we did this, because every person's a pastor. Every person is called to have a pulpit. He told the disciples, go ye therefore and teach the gospel to all nations. So your pulpit is focused. So if you were in our group, our goal would be to help you to grow focus, to help you to make sure you're increasing your kingdom impact with the pulpit that God has purposed you with. But here's the thing. You can't maximize your purpose unless you're being challenged to be more faithful, unless you're around other purpose-fueled, driven leaders, unless you're being equipped with tools that are going to help inspire you, equip you, and educate you. And so we're helping leaders learn how to use their faith to grow, yes, their business, but also the faith of those that are following them. So how, as a Christian, back to the stand, as a Christian, how do I use what God has blessed me to lead as a stand that gives my light more impact? So, man, I want to see Christian millionaires, billionaires. I want to see Christian attorneys, lawyers. I want us producing movies. I want us popping on podcasts. I want to bring the top off of the and Purpose-Fueled Leader. We partner with Chosen, but it's not a Chosen. It's its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, obviously, me being the pastor of Chosen and the founder of Purpose-Fueled Leader, there'll be some connection. But this is for anybody. Again, if you're a leader, an entrepreneur, or an executive, and you are spiritually hungry, and you want to grow what God has given you with biblical leadership and business strategies, you need to connect with Purpose-Fueled Leader at this Purpose Party as we begin to launch the movement.
So is the Purpose Party the beginning?
Yes.
All right. So give us a little bit of information about the Purpose Party.
So at the Purpose Party, we're going to have a panel, powerful panel. Amy Brightman, who leads Golden Harvest. I don't know if you know my homegirl Tiana Bias. She's she's not a federal court. She's a judge. Has her own, firm. Larry Jones, who was the owner of Universal Plumbing. But he just sold, but he's still the president. So, shout out to him. He got the bag. Real quick. Jamie Ghost, who leads an emerging marriage ministry. So he's on the panel for that personal side, because let me give you this cheat code. You're not married yet, but I told a business owner that was struggling. I said, "Hey man, what's the most important part of your business?" So he's like, "Huh?" So he giving me all these business answers. I said, "It's your marriage." I say, because if she leave you, she taking half. So tell me one bad decision you can make that'll cause you to lose half your business.
Right.
Boy, you better get out that meeting and go love on your wife.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So Matt, for those of us that are married, we've got that piece too. So we're going to have a panel. When you come, we're going to give you access to our leadership dashboard. It has 6 leadership assessments. that after you take the assessment, it aggregates all this personal information and gives you daily coaching tips. We're also going to let everybody take their purpose score. Here's what purpose is. It's productivity, passion, peace, and profit. If you don't have all four of those, you're not in purpose. If you got productivity, passion, peace, and no profit, you're not sustainable.
Right.
If you have productivity, passion, and profit, no peace, you're gonna jump off of whatever you're building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's our purpose formula. So we're gonna give everybody the opportunity to take our quiz and find out where their weakest P is. And we're gonna coach. I'm gonna give live coaching tips at the event, and I'm gonna give a talk on how to maximize productivity, passion, peace, and profit. We're gonna have a DJ. It's gonna be a purpose party, man. We're gonna be celebrating what God is doing in our life. It's gonna be a blast, man.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
You got to give me the details on it. What's the day, the time, location?
September 12th, 7 to 9 p.m. Doors are gonna open at 6:30. It's at the Kroc Center.
Okay.
And we just gonna wild out, man.
Now, do they have to get tickets in advance, or can they purchase? Okay.
Yes. I'll get you the link so you can put that in, or if it's easier for them, all they have to do is text Purpose Party to 706-725-4902. Again, that's Purpose Party to 706-725-4902. If they text that number with that Purpose Party in the text, 2 words, they'll get the link and they can register.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is it a limited amount of people?
Yeah, I mean, we can only sit 400 in the Kroc Center, so I mean, I hope everybody gets registered, and because we are seeing people get excited about it and register, and so don't wait on it.
Now, let me ask you this: what was your reason for coming up with this? What did you see that you felt there was a need for this type of guidance?
I don't feel like we maximizing purpose, and I feel like we settling. And the only way to get out of where you are in your present, to get to where God has fully called you to be in purpose, we got to do it in kingdom community. We isolated, man, and we in silos, especially leaders.
Right.
Like who you gonna talk to?
Yep.
You the one cutting the check.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to act like you got it all together.
Yeah.
But when you bring powerful people in the same space with different ideas, you got the real estate person over here, you got the marketing guy over here, you got the marriage woman over. Like when we can come together under the same banner, remember the Holy Spirit came when they were all in one place on one accord. When you in unity with people who are building, people who aren't covering up their light, with people who want to stand, who want to increase their impact, and we all growing together, praying together, meeting together. Like you said, I don't see anyone doing it like that. There's business groups out there that are good, but I don't really see a diverse group that really is using faith as the foundation to grow their fruit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're going, man.
I love it, man. Yeah. And when the combination of faith and business, it works together. I know when I first stepped out and started Focus, all I had was faith to depend on. A lot of times when we had them 9-to-5s, we don't have to pray as hard because the check is coming, buddy. Right? But we don't know when the check payment, the next check is coming, the next payment is going to like, Lord God, I come to you as humbly as I know how.
Bro, you be on your knees, boy, when you cut. I remember when you did that, man. I was so proud of you, man, because you got it, and that's what I'm saying. So many people settle because they lack the faith. Mm-hmm. But when you get around the right people, it's going to be hard for you to sit on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I tell you that, especially for business owners, entrepreneurs, I highly encourage them to join this party and join this movement, because I tell you, my faith increased by 100% once I started. He's all I had to depend on. That's right. Dope. And for a lot of us that might be solopreneurs, small business owners, he's given us a blueprint. Why are we not following it? Especially if there is a hub we can go to, a resource for like-minded people. I mean, how many people that's praying for your business?
bro.
And praying for growth of your business, and giving you not just a prayer, but also some resources in connecting.
Bro, it's
So
next level.
now, and then on the flip side of this, I've had to talk with a couple of my homeboys about, listen, I'm a follower of Christ, I'm in the Word, but I'm also a business owner. How do I balance the two? Yeah. Because a lot of times in the church, we like, man, nah, we just gonna go ahead and sow this. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna do this for you for free. And a lot of people don't think they should charge for their gifts. Your gift should not be given away for free. And people think just because you are in the church, you're a Christian, that, you should just do it off of the love of God, right?
Right.
So we have to learn how to start to profit off of our gifts.
It's the last P, because God doesn't have a problem with you getting the bag. He got a problem with greed. And here's the thing. If you really care about me, you would want me to make money. Isn't it crazy how, I'll put it on you to be the Christian. Give it to me, man.
Right.
Well, if you're a Christian,
right,
you help me, because I'm giving. And here's what I realized: people who pay you value what you have.
Yep.
So if I give it to you, do you really want it? If I give it to you, are you really going to use it?
Right.
When a person invests in something, they take it a whole lot more serious.
Absolutely.
And so I just feel like, again, that's where we get caught up though, Chills. We start to feel bad. We start to hide what God is, and that's part of the power of this community. This we calling it the Purpose Accelerator. Is if you hang around the wrong people, their ideology becomes yours.
Yep.
I call it secondhand smoke. Thousands of people die every year from a habit they don't have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if I hang around you too long, your habit becomes mine. Secondhand smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you smoking get in my lungs.
Yeah. How you thinking? I'm gonna start thinking.
Bro, I can't. Man. We got to start building. We got to start believing we are who God says we are. Because when you start believing that you are who God says you are, you start moving different. You start you stop cutting deals. You stop taking shortcuts.
Right.
Because you understand that for me, I got mouths to feed. I've got staff to take care of. Mm-hmm. I've got ministries I want to give to. We just hosted our missionary from Uganda for 10 days. We have a ministry in Uganda called She Learns. Fabulous ministry. Check it out, shelearns.org. I couldn't do that if it wasn't for business.
Right.
That's the other part of it. Man, if we can get people together, bro, we could run. Why can't the kingdom run the city? Why are we the ones always begging? Why are we not the ones that own the banks?
Right.
Why are we not the ones? Jesus is the most popular person to ever live.
Yep.
Why are we hiding? Why nobody know our names? You understand what I'm saying? So
they keep it in the church.
They keep it in.
They preach to the choir and just say, "Oh, we in the last of the last."
Bro, that's whack. We need to go out here and get it.
Right.
We need to go out here and get it. We need to do. The Bible says, "Do business till I come."
Right.
Solomon said, Ecclesiastes 11:6, "Sow your seed in the morning, but in the evening, let not your hands be idle, because you don't know what's going to work. This, that, or maybe both." Thousands of years ago, Solomon was talking about multiple income streams. Sow your seed in the morning, but in the evening, don't go to bed.
Right.
Don't let your hands be idle. Get off of Netflix. Mm-hmm. Get the bag. Why you not diversifying? Why you just trusted in that 9 to 5? Get you something else so you can build a kingdom.
And I don't think people really take seriously the scripture, faith without works is dead.
Whew.
I know when I left the station, there was some other young ladies that they've been there, long before I got there. And they were in Bible study on Wednesday, prayer meeting. Like 5 days out the week.
Right.
And I'm coming in the station in the morning after it's still smelling like tequila and stuff. So when I finally decided to take the leap, and I was still talking to them, communicating with them, I'm like, y'all can do the same thing. Like, y'all's faith and y'all's religion is like 10 times mine. why don't y'all? How come you don't have the faith to do the same thing? But people, they'll read it, they'll talk it, but they won't do it.
You know what I realized, man? It really don't take that much faith to pray.
You're right.
Like, you hit the nail on the head. Faith without works is dead. I don't know if you ever paid attention to this in Exodus. It's so crazy. Moses is trapped by the soldiers, so he can't go back. He's trapped by the sea, and he can't go forward. And this is the only time in scripture I hear God say, stop praying. He says, why are you crying out to me? In other words, why are you praying? He said, use the staff that's in your hand. Well, why did he tell Moses to shut up while he was praying? Because a few chapters before, he said, when you need a miracle, use your staff. He didn't say when you need a miracle, pray.
Right.
So what do we have in our hands that we won't even use?
Yep.
Because we trying to make God do all the work. Use the staff that's in. You used your staff, man. You a brilliant brother. You creative. You communicate. And you refuse to just keep taking somebody else's check, riding somebody else's wave. You said, I'm going to make my own wave. That's kingdom. Jesus made his own wave. He didn't come up with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He said, you can't put new wine in old wineskin because you're going to waste both. You're going to waste the wine and you're going to burst the skin.
Right.
He came up out of, he said, I'm going to just do my own thing. Bro, it's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. When you dig into the word and you really see how Jesus moved, it's hard to be average. I'm allergic to average, man.
Right, hey.
I don't want average money. I don't want an average body. I don't want an average marriage. I don't want an average men. I don't want to average nothing. Why? Because God wasn't average.
Right.
I'm supernatural. You supernatural, man. So
it's sometimes we settle for average and ordinary and just getting by.
Because it's easy. But if God is, here's the thing. It takes faith. If you really believe God is in you, like the creator of the universe is in me, how am I testing that theory?
Right.
Because we good at preaching it, but how am I testing the theory that I'm not just natural? Well, I got to try something bigger than me to really figure out if the God in me is who he says he is.
Right.
That's what you did. You went out and you said, I got to see if what this God about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm quick to tell you I'm an idiot. I had some plaques on my wall or whatever. In the middle of it, it's the article from when I got arrested. That's who I am. I'm not my education. I'm not what I'm an idiot. Like, without God, I'm gonna start running guns.
Right.
So I think we need to remember who we are, but then know who we are in Christ. And when you start operating based on who God is, game changes.
Man, listen, again, this is awesome, the whole concept, because I don't think I've ever, and I haven't been in business that long. It'll be 7 years next month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But applying the word to my business is a concept that I've never thought about. Now, applying the word to my life to make me maybe become a better business owner, but applying those same skills and those scriptures to business.
Yeah, it's game changing, man.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it is game changing because you are your business. It's an extension of you. It's your pulpit. God blessed you with that so you could use it to bless people, but not just personally, but professionally and in their faith.
Now, I recall that a lot of things you do have the word purpose in it.
Yeah.
Why is purpose so important to you? Like, why is that something that you have to have incorporated in everything you do?
Honestly, Chill's purpose pulled me out of my pain.
Okay.
If you give a person purpose, they'll endure whatever pain they got to go through. You want to know what I realized? People don't hate pain. They hate pain when they don't understand the purpose. A woman will volunteer to get pregnant because of the purpose. They say having a baby is on the same scale of getting shot, on the pain threshold.
Right.
You mean to tell me you'll volunteer with that? Why? Because I'm birthing something? We don't like pain that doesn't make sense. That's when we struggle. So when I realized that God had a purpose for my pain, when we start telling people what God can do when they endure, what God can do when they stop trying to escape and they embraced it, you level up. So for me, the cheat code to life is understanding that God will work all things out for good for those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. In other words, there's purpose at the end of it. And God will get you through that marriage. God will get you through that bankruptcy. God will get you through that disease. He will. Why? Because he has a purpose for your life. So I just try to remind people, because it's hard out here, man.
Yeah.
People are struggling. My heart goes out to them. I mean, it's depression, it's anxiety, it's suicidal ideations. People are hurting, man. And we got to start beating them up and start building them up and letting them know, listen, God has a purpose for you. And if you trust him, he'll turn your pain into purpose.
Do you think a lot of us just don't believe like we say we do?
Yeah, I know that's part of it, man. And that's why I try to push those of us that do believe, get your stand. We forget the Bible says that people overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the power of a testimony. I know people are watching me. And I know their faith is connected to my fruit, meaning, okay, if Unique can do that, maybe God can do it for me. And that's why I'm encouraging people like us who do have a following, who do have the fruit, to try to increase that stand, because it's other people's faith that is contingent on our fruit. So we can't slow down.
Right.
We got to go from that comfort zone into that courage zone and keep doing what God has called us to do, man.
And it's starting on Saturday. What is that, a Saturday?
It's Friday night, September 12th. 7 to 9 p.m. Purpose Party. We're going to inspire you. We're going to equip you. We're going to educate you. We got some of the dopest people in their fields coming out to pour into people. It's just going to be a celebration of purpose. And I guarantee when you come, you won't leave the same.
Now, is the program connected to the Purpose Party?
So we'll be announcing the Purpose Accelerator at the Purpose Party, giving people the opportunity to connect to this global movement that we have for leaders, executives, and entrepreneurs, Christian leaders, executives, and entrepreneurs. And so the Purpose Party will be the spark that lights that fire. So we gonna go on the road, man. Purpose parties, we gonna be all over with these.
Yeah.
But I love Augusta. I'm from Atlanta, originally, but Augusta's my home. And so I thought, man, let's pop this thing off at home. Jesus said Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and then the uttermost parts of the earth. So we gotta start at home.
Start right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, well, listen, you do so much stuff in the church, out the church. What do you do to relax?
Man, listen, when I want to have a good time, man, I see your phone's on. I like to go sneaker shopping.
Oh yeah, listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm always checking your foot game.
You know what I'm saying? I love, shout out to Walters in Atlanta. I love to hit them up, spend a little money. I love my family, man. I got a beautiful son who's a teacher in Atlanta running his baseball business, a beautiful wife, Linda, Elise. Love kicking it with my beautiful bride, my family. I love kicking it with my church family, man. They some great people just hanging out, enjoying each other. I love reading. I'm real easy, man. People think I'm an extrovert. I'm really an introvert with an extroverted message. So, man, I just love to not do much and just bask in the glory of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, again, when can they attend that Chosen service?
So Chosen, if you don't have a church home, again, that's why we planning on Saturday. We ain't about switching sheep. If you don't have a church home, holler at us on Saturday night, 6 p.m. Service starts. Doors open at 5:30. We usually end at 7:30, 5001 Gateway Boulevard, Grovetown, Georgia.
My man, listen. I appreciate you coming
ain't
on.
Nothing but love, man. Thank you for the opportunity. You killing it, man.
Listen, we got to get you to come back because I know this is just the beginning.
Yes.
Right? So once you kind of get into it, I want to see what the program is all about and kind of get
Absolutely.
people up on what they could do to join and, you know,
I would love to build more.
how well is defined.
We got to get you on that panel next time.
Listen,
we pop off,
I'll be
bro.
at the Purpose Party.
Oh, bro,
Hey, I'll be there.
Don't cap on me, man.
No cap. Hey, y'all hear me. Y'all hear me. I'm going to be there.
All right, now, if y'all don't see him out there,
Right, listen.
come for him now.
Hey, if y'all see me downtown somewhere on a Friday, you just drag me on down to
Bring
the
your dope cameraman, too, back there. He chose it, too. I see him back
come
there.
on, Tad.
Yeah,
That's my guy right there. So, no, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and we'll make sure we stay with you because I know you're always doing a lot of stuff in the area, so thank you.
Man. Salute.
My man. Talking to town, you need Mackie, man. Y'all better get with this brother. Good dude right here, all right? That's going to wrap it up for this episode, Talking to Town Radio. Keep on talking, and we're going to keep on listening.